And we
Yeah,
go
you
left
got
side.
left behind.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to
I
do
ain't gonna
that.
lie, it's super creative. I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to be the one left behind. Yo,
Yeah, I know. So,
let's have Raw, maybe he could be the one left behind.
behind.
Someone gotta be left behind.
Honestly.
It don't be me. They say I am legend. Yo, it can't be
Listen,
me.
man.
It can't be me, man.
We can do that.
Welcome to the Black Box. Real men, real talk, real life. Grab the mic. Join the conversation.
Welcome back to the Black Box Podcast, where real men,
Real talk.
real life.
Listen here. We are here. Listen, we're going to get into this.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this because this is kind of like, I feel like God's playing games with me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. We have a guest on,
Yeah, we do.
and this guy has a laundry list of talents.
Oh, yes, he does.
I'm talking about a laundry list of. Listen, before he came, I'm banging out to his music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. What did you want to change the genre to? What was
God and B.
God and
B.
God and B.
Explain that a little bit. Explain that a little bit.
We got R&B music, man. Like, I love R&B, but you want to try your best to be as Christian as you can.
Absolutely.
And it's hard in this world because we don't got that music to really vibe to. It's always I love
agree.
Ty Tribbett. I love all them. I love the David Man, Timbaland Man album they did called Good Love a few years ago. It was R&B, and it inspired me to say, you know what? Theirs was great, but I want to do a little bit more and tell a story. So every song tells a story. I make my own beats. I write my own lyrics. I sing my own songs. I alter my voice by doing it. And I just got into that, actually. I've always made music, but I got into the R&B.
So was that like a? I'm sorry, I don't mean to just jump on that.
No, go
automatically.
ahead.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like we were listening to it. I was like, whoa.
I was
that's
like, yo,
awesome.
like he's writing books, he's making music, but your music for me, because I like music. I'm big on music. So like for the music part of it, I'm like, dude, you don't even need to do anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, was that like something that you've always been into since you were young, or?
I always can rap. I'm a really good freestyler. I'm a really good rapper. I'm a battle rapper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was in the battle rap scene. I've
All right.
been connected with bigs like K-Shine and Tay Rock and them.
Okay.
And being a Christian, it's a little different journey because you don't want to go into certain scenes. But long story short, the R&B thing came because the one thing about being a musician is no matter how much work you put into it, if you don't own the beats and all that, it doesn't matter.
I
the
agree.
technology I use now, I can beatbox what's in my mind and I can turn it into instruments.
So what do you use? Do you use Fruity Loops?
No, I use Studio 8. I
Okay.
use Suno AI. I combine both of them, which we're going to talk about AI because I heard you talk about ChatGPT.
Oh,
and whatever.
okay. Listen, guys, we have Andre Parker on the podcast today.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know who he is, you're going to find out. We're
Just
about to
stay
do
tuned.
Stay
Keep
tuned.
paying attention because you're gonna find out a whole lot more. We just nipped the surface.
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
Today we're gonna do a deep dive in a book that he just wrote, and it's gonna release in August
4th.
August 4th. He's gonna be doing a book signing.
Yep.
I'll put all the links on our video. I'll put it in social media. I'm gonna make clips. I'm gonna tag them. We're gonna put this thing out there because I loved it. I don't know.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
Even though y'all know I don't really read books.
I did say that on the podcast.
Yeah. So this is why I say I feel like God's kind of playing a little trick on me because
This is gonna be the book club.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I feel
book
like
club.
we're gonna turn into the book club here.
Yeah, man.
Because
Oh
at
my
the end of the
gosh.
day, like, listen, I am more of a visual person. So
Yeah,
I like
am too.
movies.
I am too.
Definitely.
I'm more of a movie person. So for books, my attention span for books are not really there. That's
Yeah,
just me
sure.
being honest and straight up.
Sure.
But I gotta say, like, your book, just reading the little bit that I got to read,
Yeah.
it has so much going on.
Oh, absolutely.
It has so much
Absolutely.
going on
Yeah.
that, like, I feel like if it was in a movie form,
I'd watch it.
Like, I'd
watch it. I'd pay a ticket to go watch
yeah.
that.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's
So-
the goal for it.
Absolutely. Andre, why don't you tell us a little bit about Shadowlandz? And
At least what you're allowed to say.
at least what
Because,
you're allowed
you know,
to say. The book hasn't released yet.
This is secured. Like, we
Yeah.
we couldn't even get the full
full
book.
I wanted to so bad.
I know.
When I was talking to him, I'm like, brother, they told me I could send a certain amount, and then they sent me email back and said only a 5%. I said, well, how do I determine 5%?
Yeah.
So like you was talking about with ChatGPT, I said, what would 5% be of a 3,000 page book? And it told me, and I was like, oh, at least I could send that. And I'm glad where it's sent because it gives you an
No,
idea
definitely.
of how overpowered some of the moments are, which we'll get into.
Okay, so you guys heard that. A 3,000 page book.
This thing is gonna be
That
awesome.
is a huge book. How long did that take you?
I wish I was using AI at the time.
I think we all do, right?
It helped, like, people don't realize it, and it was like I said, I've been watching all y'all podcasts, but I wanted this to be a real fresh take and real talk between us that we didn't have this conversation because I don't like repeating conversations.
No, definitely.
I watched all y'all podcasts up to this point. I've seen everything with your daughter. I watched all of it, and I want to tell y'all in person what I've gathered from that. When you were talking about the consistency of AI can be a bad thing. It really can.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have used it to write my book. I would have used it to help me not pay people so much money to correct grammar.
Absolutely.
I was paying. I didn't even graduate. That's the crazy thing. So
that's amazing.
I stopped at 11th grade.
Wow.
I was in trouble too much. So
I think we all were. Right?
Yeah. Like I was a class clown. So
that's when he was doing all that battle rapping.
Yeah, exactly. I was boxing and battle rapping.
There you go.
Yo, listen, guys, listen. I'm a big dude. Raul's a big dude, but this dude's a big dude. Like, how tall are you, real quick?
6'2".
6'2". Like, yo, he busky.
Yeah.
He busky.
I told him we all can be three brothers. No lie.
Yeah, no, that's
honestly,
serious.
People will believe me if I said they were my brothers. That's
serious. It's that serious. But no, go ahead.
But yeah, like the AI concept of just organizing for you. It's so much work. I was paying almost $75 a page to get this stuff edited. So it took me 3 years for something I've been had done. It took me 3 years going through editors. And then after I did all that, the worst part was when TBN signed me, they said, we got to go through editing everything over on our end. Now, I didn't have to pay for that.
Well, that's good.
But it was the process
yeah.
I'm thinking that it is correctly done.
Yeah.
And then they're telling me, oh, well, you have another 700 words that got to be fixed. And then you fix that, and then they send it back, and then they're like, we didn't like that you said the slit throat thing, so maybe we could change it. I'm like, you're not changing that. I wanted to stay violent because the Bible was violent. How you gonna?
That is so. You know what? That is so true.
Old Testament, man.
I'm so glad that he brought that up because a lot of people focus on all the glitter and the niceties of the Bible, and they forget how ruthless and how serious the Bible can be.
Yeah.
King David, man, look up King David's story. King David went to go cut off a whole bunch of men's, you know what, and he brought it to the king in a bag and said, here you go, they're dead. I mean, that's how vicious people in the Bible had to be. It wasn't, it's the calling. So I want to keep that in. So the editing and going back to the AI, I just wish I had it because I would have used it just to correct my grammar that I don't really know. Like I'm thinking I'm writing good and everyone's telling me the story's great, but they're like, you need a question mark there. You need an exclamation point there. You need it. I'm like, I didn't know that. I wish I had it.
That's why I like that you brought that up because that's kind of what I do with my AI. Because for my business, I do a lot of orders, and it just really organizes my stuff up.
Absolutely.
Something that takes me so long to do sometimes, and I miss things.
Does it in 2 minutes, man.
Yeah. Seconds.
Honestly.
Like, and it's amazing, and it's nice and clean. So that's what I mainly use it for, doing pictures, advertising, a whole bunch of different stuff. It just saves me a lot of time.
It's like you said, it memorizes your daughter, your son, like it literally memorizes those conversations. And that's, like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, it's the beast and it's the, I'm like, bro, I know what I use it for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
if that's the case, we shouldn't wear clothes because some clothes are made by people that are atheists, some people that are gay. You don't know what it's going to be. It's you just got to pray over your stuff, do what you got to do and live your life.
I love that.
I remember a member of our congregation said to me one time, there was a conversation that was had where it was like, I can't go into a bar because I'm gonna that's a sin. I shouldn't be going in there, yada yada yada. And I remember them saying to us, it's not a sin to go into a bar.
No.
Because you can go into a bar and still preach the word.
Yeah.
You can go into a bar and still be Christian. You can go into a bar and still follow what you believe in the Bible. It's the things that you do in the place. It's the things that happen in those places that the temptation that causes it to be evil.
It's people's spiritual strength.
Absolutely.
Like my mother always told me, she's a pastor now. She always told me, stay away from casinos, stay away from this. And I'm like, I don't I'm one of them people, don't put me on a game show because the moment I win 10,000, 20,000, I'm leaving. I'm not going to keep going. If I get money, I'm out.
Yeah.
So if
That's
I,
me.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
when I'm up,
when I'm like I've done prize picks, I've done FanDuel them.
Yeah.
If I win that one time and they give me a promo, I use it. If I win, I take my earnings, I'm out.
Yeah.
My mother said on her hand though, she was so bad at gambling, she can't be in that environment.
Yeah.
So I went to a gaming convention and my mother was doing her warning because parents are always going to do that. You shouldn't be up in there. I said, Mom, I don't care about a slot machine. And she's like, well, I can't be around. I was like, well, that's why you're not going, Mom. So it's certain people aren't strong enough to be in those environments. If you might drink, if you might smoke, you shouldn't go in the bar. But if you're strong and you feel you can go in and tell somebody, look, Jesus loves you, just want to say that, I'm out.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
So
no, that's true.
Listen, Andre, you are doing something different, right? Because I was looking into it's the Trilogy Bible Network, right?
Yep, TBN,
yep. I was looking into TBN, and they don't have books or stories like what you just created.
You're right. That's why they signed it.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
how does that how does that make you feel knowing that you're being like you're breaking a norm? You know what I mean? Like you're breaking into a new scene.
I think that it was. So I put it on web novel because I'm a big anime guy. You see the shirt.
Yeah, man, I
love Sonic. I love gaming.
My son has a backpack just like that.
You see what I'm saying? So like I'm 30. Of course, Dragon Ball. We can talk about Z Super, One Piece. Man, I got it all.
That's awesome.
Naruto's my favorite of all time though. But when I was first coming out with it, I was releasing a chapter every 2 weeks on web novel. Then they're known for mangas and web novels and manhwas.
Okay. Yeah.
I was releasing a chapter every 2 weeks. I think in a matter of six, 7 chapters, I had about 30,000 that were reading. I said,
wow.
My niece was one because she's my marketing manager. Shout out to Jamera. She's my marketing manager. She does everything y'all see on social media. That's her.
That's awesome.
So she had told me one day, do you see your followers? I'm like, I don't really care. She's like, no, but they're actually commenting. And we know, like you were talking about in one of your podcasts, when you see those numbers, the 600 and 700, it's cute, but like the comments are more what helps you.
Actually
engaging helps you. If it's 4 comments, whatever. So when I started seeing it was a fan base building, so it wasn't just people commenting. I'm getting like 60, 70 that's actually saying this character is the best, this villain's the best, and I'm like, they're engaged. Then I'm starting to promote a little bit, and I got to 60,000.
Wow!
And I just said, and like I said, this is on web novel now. You can look it up. I said 60,000 people are interested in my story. So web novel sent me an offer. I almost blew my lid because this is a Japanese site mainly. So I'm like, they want a Black Brothers manga. Like this is major because I originally wanted it to be a manga. I didn't want it to be a novel. Then they sent me a deal and they said, we want to send you an offer, and I'm going to put y'all under the bus because the deal was dirty. They said, let's do 50-50. That's what the deal we want to sign you to.
50-50?
50.
So you do 100% of the work 50, and they take 50%?
And they take 50.
That's
so
insane.
that means, not only for my book, that means if I have a movie idea, a game idea, it's
they own the
50-50.
That's insane.
They take 50 of what I do. I said, this is why anime companies die. This is why I said.
What were you asking for, Alex? 2%?
2%.
2%.
I'm at 2%, bro. I just need a niblet, bro. I just need a little niblet. That's it. Like I'm not greedy. Listen, I'm not greedy. Like
2% makes it. Give me the milk percentage. Like 2%, 1%.
Yeah.
They said 50, and I said, you know what? I'm taking it off. I just gotta trust in God. And a good friend of mine said, go the novel route. I'm like, I'm not. I like to see images myself, like you.
Yeah.
I'm not a book. I was never a book person either. And I did that. And a whole bunch of people hit me up. Pureflix, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them.
I've heard of them.
They hit me up with a series idea. They're a Christian app. They hit me up with a series idea off the rip, just from 10 chapters.
Wow.
The problem with them was I seen the budget of what they put out. I said, no offense, but you guys' budget can't reach what I'm looking for.
Yeah, because from what the little bit I've seen, you have. That's gonna be an expensive.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking Michael Bay, like
dude. I'm talking about like just the way you've described some of your characters in there. It's like I try to
and
picture
the world
it.
building, man. Like,
the
world is amazing.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. I'm not. So, anyways, TBN comes along. This lady calls me. Shout out to Ashley Welch. She emails me and she says, "You have a gold mine on your hand, and you have something we never had before." I said, "Can I possibly call you? Or she said, absolutely. So when someone's give you their phone number, it's already big. So I talked with her. She said, we need this from you, this from you. She said, but the hard part is I got to bring it to the big board. Then they got to decide if it's worth publishing.
Yeah.
So of
So
course,
she finds the talent.
yeah. She finds the talent.
She
So
finds the talent.
my heart stops because y'all know how it is when no matter how hype you get or how happy you may be, you always know that negative, and it's the devil because he plays with your mind.
That's how I was today. I'm like, where
Yeah,
is
no, we was like, listen.
Why didn't he show up yet?
Listen,
What
we
time
were like,
is it?
we were like
Oh,
two
check
girls
your phone.
waiting for our date to pick us up. That's what we were like. Raul's over there at the window, like, is
Y'all
he here
think I
yet?
flew out here to not show up?
I know.
I was like, Raul's like, he's probably gonna text back, psych. Y'all thought
No, that's what the devil really
I
does.
know.
man.
No,
So-
absolutely.
So
He
I
breaks
told
you
her,
down.
I said they're gonna scout it. Then someone's gonna be like, it's too action packed. Then I think it was 2 days. She said it takes like a month to get back. 2 days later, she said you're approved. I'm like, what?
Wow.
So I tell my family, and
wait, 2 months or 2 days?
2 days
later.
Normally it takes like a month or two. 2 days
Wow.
later,
That is, dude.
They saw it and they were like, yes.
She
Nah,
said-
she put her foot down.
Yeah,
for you.
she said, I'm not gonna lie. You know, she did something slick though. She almost did what I was gonna do with y'all. She said, I only need 5 chapters, right? I said, all right. She said, could you possibly send me like a good 10 more? So when I'm advertising, I can just go out. So I sent her 10 more. So she got almost 20 chapters out of me.
Wow.
Out of 50, there's 45 chapters in there. She got 20 out of it. And when she went in front of them, she said, I just was like, this is something we don't have, like you were saying.
Yeah.
She said, not even just what we don't have. This has never been done the way this has been done before. This is like X-Men times 20, Avengers times 20, but with God, and we're a Christian company. And they were like, yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's amazing.
So I want to say, like,
wow.
your book, right? Because I'm gonna use this terms, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Your book is basically like the skeleton of the Bible, like like the backbone would be like the Bible.
It's so when it comes to the rapture, there's different ways people believe the rapture will happen. There's people that believe like post-rapture, pre-rapture. So there's some people that believe that we're going to be raptured up and we're not going to have to deal with anything left on earth beside the people that did wrong that get left behind. What I did was I wanted an in-between. So the in-between means that there's going to be a rapture like I described in the beginning. That happens, and then the people that are left behind have to deal with no light being on earth, which is why it's called Shadowlandz. God's Holy Spirit, if you believe in it, is what keeps us protected every day. If someone wants to kill you, if anxiety wants to grab you, depression wants to grab you, the Holy Spirit has a force field over you right now. There's a force field over us. So if the enemy wanted to come after us, he couldn't because we pray, we put on our armor.
Yeah.
What happens if all that leaves? You're now seeing you're seeing these demons with your physical eye now, and they control the land because God's not helping no more.
Wow.
So it says in the Bible that when the rapture happens, there'll be 7 years of turmoil and this and that. What I did was, instead of making it 7 years of tribulation where the Antichrist comes and all that, I said, well, a day to God is 1,000 years. That's what it says in the Bible. So even though it says 7 years, I'm like, this takes place, the main part of this is 35 years after the rapture, because I want to give time to develop why these people are so powerful, and then have let's go back to the backstory a little bit, talk about them a little bit, then stay in the modern. So
that's awesome.
We definitely had this conversation.
Yeah,
definitely had this conversation.
On the phone, what, Thursday night or Wednesday night?
Something like that, yeah.
We're on the phone and we were talking, and I was just like, there's time jumps in this thing, right? So I'm like, okay. And then you mentioned this must be an interpretation of the rapture, because the rapture is 7 years.
Well, that's why it's a fictional novel.
Yeah, it's biblically inspired. That's why I tell people it's not biblically accurate, because I'm 100% sure that when the rapture happens, I don't think God would leave people with abilities per se to deal with demons, but it's a crazy concept to think if God did do that, how can you counteract demons? And it would only make sense if something like that were to happen, where God's like, the least I can do for y'all is give y'all a second chance to still make it to me, but you're going to be fighting every day for survival against these trials. It just makes sense that could be something, but just putting it in a supernatural.
Yeah, I gotta say, this revelation that you have is like times 10.
Yeah.
That sucker, it is definitely deep. I love it. It was very hard for me to picture because you have a lot going on.
There's a lot.
Not just that for me. We started at what, 3? Chapter 3?
Yeah.
So we started off at chapter 3. I'm terrible with that kind of stuff. I need number 1. 2, like I need to start. But I mean, it is like for me, I had to try to focus and put myself there in that time period.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And then with the time
and
jumps,
visualize it.
yeah.
And visualize
So
it.
with the
Yeah.
time jumps for me, it was a little bit more difficult because obviously I'm more of a visual person.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a little bit more difficult. But I know for Raul, you're big on books.
I loved it.
You
I
love
loved it,
books.
man. I loved it. I read every single chapter. I want more of
I
this
got you, man.
book, man. I
got you.
want more. The moment it releases, I want
Oh,
my
yeah.
copy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I'll
got you,
buy
man.
it. I don't care, but I want my copy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Like I said,
it was just so good. And it's kind of like you start a TV show. You watch the first 3 episodes. It's good. You sitting there at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep,
And you're like,
Yeah.
and then it says no more episodes. Wait till season 2. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
seriously, come on.
No, but I understand
man.
it. I get why.
Yeah,
I definitely
yeah.
get
It
why.
keeps people wanting
Well, let me
more,
ask you
too.
this: like when you were sending your chapters to this lady that you never met,
Mhm.
were you a little scared?
Oh,
that,
I was
like,
terrified. I
like
said,
that they were gonna run with your book.
I was terrified
You said
because
50% of your book, pretty much.
Yeah.
yeah,
20 chapters
bro.
of
I'm not
40.
gonna lie. I was before I sent anything to her. Once again, me and your friend chat. I sent the actual emails to ChatGPT and said, "Give me the validity of this."
Yeah.
And it broke down and said, "The name is true. The name represents this person." And it gave me their social media links.
Oh.
And I was like, "Thanks." By the way, both our AI's name is Jarvis, which is insane.
No, are you serious?
But I will pull my phone out. I'll pull my phone out because once again I'm an Iron Man fan. So,
Yeah, that's exactly
That's awesome.
so we both have Jarvis. So I said, pull everything for me and give me the accuracy on how true this is. And it gave me the full breakdown. Then when I got her number, that was the solidification.
Yeah.
That was like, okay, if it was a scam or something, I wouldn't get that far.
I thought you were a scam in the beginning. I'm like, oh, here we go. And
No,
then,
no, no.
and then Alex,
Listen, Raul, no. Raul called me. He was like, "Alex, did you see the message? Alex, did you see the message?" I'm like, "I did." But like, to be honest with
you
you,
were
man,
driving.
I was driving. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, you definitely ignited a spark, a different type of spark, because with Michaela, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, you see the interview. She opened up a different avenue for us,
Mhm.
right? Something we've
Absolutely.
never done.
And we know her.
And
you
we
know,
know
like,
her.
in real life. You
So
know
we
what I mean?
like when she told us that her book was coming out, I was like, "Raul, I think it would be a cool thing to interview." He was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that'd be dope. Let me ask her." Da, 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 da. So we had our interview,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and for me, it was probably one of the best interviews we've had yet.
It was
I-
awesome.
I-
It was awesome. Yeah,
absolutely.
I had
And
such
I think
a good
it's like
time.
one
on
of
it.
like the most like best performing interviews
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah.
1.3K views, 2.76 views.
Yeah.
Instagram is
Look,
blowing
he's
up.
always with the numbers. So like for me, it was
the
it was
analytics
the charismaticness, it was the flow, her energy,
Yeah.
all of that. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was such a good interview.
She's a
And
liar, but
for
yeah.
off for off of that interview, for us to get a message from you,
I think it was
especially like all the talent that you have, like I kind of feel like we're not big
Yeah.
enough for you.
Oh,
we would
no,
definitely
man.
not.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely
Like,
not even close.
yeah, we're not
Oh,
even close. Like
man.
we're like I said, we're just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted to say I appreciate you for actually watching
Absolutely.
our stuff,
Absolutely.
following our socials and advertising us and coming on our podcast. Honestly, I wanted to
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Because we ain't really anybody. We want to be the biggest podcast in Lancaster County. We want to be the biggest podcast
Yeah.
on the East Coast, and we're trying to get there.
Mhm.
And you like taking a chance in us and coming on and talking with me on the phone and us
Well, even
having our-
sending us chapters. I mean, that's kind of.
I mean, yeah,
that's
yeah,
even daring, too.
Exactly, because you're
So-
trying to sell this book.
Mhm.
Obviously, you're trying to sell this book, so it's like you trusting us with that is it's just amazing, and we definitely appreciate.
Well,
you being
I
here.
appreciate y'all for being men of God
Yes, sir.
and holding something down like this, because a lot of podcasts that have hit me up, I've turned down because the quality's really not the
Mhm.
best, and I don't want
Yeah.
to be that way. But you got to have some type of quality, even
Definitely.
if the video's not good, at least have the audio good. If the audio's
Yeah.
not good, at least have the video, something.
Yeah.
But when I seen you guys, I told my niece, I said, "What do you think?" She said, "They seem like you would blend right in with them." I said, "See, I've done about 30 interviews,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
and this is all before the book's out. Done 30 interviews, and as I told y'all, I don't like being robotic. I hate when I'm getting asked, "So what made you come up with the idea for Shadowlandz?"
I did see an interview
Yeah,
with you
yeah,
about that,
listen,
and you were
listen,
like,
listen.
you were so hyped, like you were the hype guy, and
And
the
then
interview
it's like,
guy's like,
oh.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
nothing else, man.
Listen, I just want to say before this comes out, no shade to any other content
Oh no,
creators.
no, no.
Everybody's got their own lane and their own flow and their own way that they do things, and that's cool. we do things a little different, and obviously you saw that and you wanted to come
down
on.
to
So,
earth, man.
you know
down
what I
to
mean?
earth.
I'm just, you know.
And we're brothers. I mean, it's
heck yeah.
you're brothers in a few different ways. We're brothers as Christians.
Absolutely.
We're brothers as in brothers.
Yeah.
And then you're brothers when you build a bond as friends. And all I kept saying was I could see them being the guys where the book gets bigger and I'm like, you always want to have a home that you feel good in, a studio
Absolutely.
to give
Absolutely.
information, news. And like I told you, I'm like, if this goes well, which I knew it would, I'm like, I would like to break news on you guys, this station. I would like to have you guys come to me sometime.
Absolutely.
And build and then when we were talking about you and your son in the camping, and I'm looking at you and your daughter, I said, they do everything I do. Y'all in the country.
You did not just call Will in the country.
Y'all in the country.
Oh, no.
Y'all in the
Listen,
country. Y'all surrounded by corn.
And the Amish.
And the Amish, I got Amish right every corner from me. There's Amish in Vermont. I'm from Vermont.
Yeah.
It's very similar. We just have high mountains everywhere. That's literally the only difference. But when you talk about camping and we're talking about, I'm like, that's relatability, and I want to feel at home. Like you were saying, you were shaking before. I don't want to have to shake.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking in front of these corporate, and I'm doing these, like I have one coming up July 1st. I already pre-recorded, like it's done. But it was a big radio show. It's called the Author Show. They're one of the biggest radio shows. I did one with them.
Look into that.
But the guy was, Andre, what makes you think Shadowlandz is great? I'm like, I wrote it. I'm hoping that people enjoy it. Interesting.
Oh, no,
it's like, brother,
that's
like
terrible.
I'm just sitting there talking
get me talking, get me.
We talking to Jarvis, brother. I have more. Yo, I have more.
Listen. I have a good conversation.
Yo. Listen, man. I couldn't do it. So, like I
God.
said, I seen y'all. So it ain't just me being a guest on here. It's being around brothers you feel comfortable in. That's the best thing in the world to me. Fellowship is key to me, and there's always a reason. It's always a reason.
I'm losing count of mistakes. I'm losing track of the wrongs. To come up is crazy. Letting it go is a grace. I put my heart in a song and play it like David. Doesn't matter what I see no more. I'm holding on to the vision. Yeah, I ain't who I used to be no more. And don't care if you see the difference. Yeah. Order my steps, eyes wide open. Lies that I've been holding on to have broken.